Imagine this, a jacket so tough it can withstand the harshest winter storms. It's not made from the usual materials you'd expect like wool or synthetic fibers. Instead, it's crafted from the skin of a salmon. Yes, you heard that right, salmon leather. The process is as ancient as it is extraordinary, rooted in a tradition that dates back centuries. But this isn't just about survival. It's about an art form that has been passed down through generations. The craft begins with something as simple as a fish weighing at least 10 kilograms, big enough to provide strong, durable skin. The skin is flayed, the fishy scent painstakingly removed, and the texture made soft and elastic. But this isn't a quick job. It's a delicate, labor-intensive process that takes about 2 months to complete. Once the skin is ready, it's cut, sewn, and transformed into a jacket that resists both cold and water. This ancient technique has been used by the Hezhe people, a small indigenous tribe from the northeast of China, for centuries. The Hezhe people and the origins of salmon leather. Let's rewind for a moment. The Hezhe tribe, one of China's smallest ethnic groups, have lived in the remote areas of the Heilongjiang River Basin near the borders of Russia and North Korea for generations. Fishing is more than just a means of survival for them. It's a way of life, deeply intertwined with their culture, their beliefs, and their craftsmanship. For the Hezhe, the rivers and fish are sacred, and they've found a way to honor this bond through the creation of salmon leather garments. This practice didn't just happen overnight. It evolved from necessity, rooted in the tribe's harsh environment, where temperatures drop dramatically in the winter months. Their unique environment is marked by long, brutal winters and scarce resources, which forced the Hezhe to think outside the box. They needed something that would protect them from the cold, but also be functional for their fishing lifestyle. So they began to use what was abundantly available to them, fish. And thus, the creation of salmon leather was born. The process, more than just skin deep. But making leather from salmon skin isn't like tanning cowhide. The process is intricate, almost ceremonial, requiring time, patience, and expertise. First, the skin is carefully removed from the fish without puncturing it. Any trace of meat is scraped away, leaving the skin intact. This isn't as easy as it sounds. One wrong move and the entire skin could tear, rendering it unusable. Once the skin is clean, it's left to air dry for several days. The drying process helps to naturally cure the skin, but it also leaves behind the fishy smell, and nobody wants to walk around in a jacket that smells like yesterday's catch. To deal with this, cornmeal is applied generously over the skins. This helps not only to absorb any remaining moisture, but also to neutralize the odor. Once the skins have dried, they're stacked, folded, and beaten. This softens the material, making it flexible enough to wear, but still durable. The skins are then rubbed with more cornmeal. Think of it as the finishing touch in eliminating any lingering fishiness. Finally, the skins are measured and cut to fit. This is where the craftsmanship truly shines, as each piece must be carefully sewn together to create a jacket that fits snugly and provides the necessary insulation for winter conditions. A craft rooted in sustainability. One of the most remarkable things about this process is its sustainability. Long before the world began to seriously talk about eco-friendly fashion, the Hezhe people were practicing it. Using fish skins for clothing was not only a way to make use of every part of the fish, but also a sustainable method of crafting garments in an environment where traditional textiles were not easily accessible. It's a form of resourcefulness that feels especially relevant today as we face a global push towards sustainable practices in fashion. Moreover, the properties of salmon leather are impressive. It's naturally water resistant, and when treated properly, it's just as durable as traditional leathers made from mammals. It's also surprisingly versatile. While the Hezhe initially used it to craft jackets for protection against the cold, salmon leather today is being used in everything from shoes to handbags. Designers around the world are rediscovering this ancient material and giving it new life in contemporary fashion. In recent years, this ancient craft has seen something of a revival. With a growing interest in sustainable and eco-friendly materials, the fashion industry has started to look back at traditional methods of making garments, salmon leather being one of the most intriguing. This has led to collaborations between indigenous artisans and modern designers, blending the old and the new. While the Hezhe people continue to make their traditional garments, these practices practices have also inspired a new wave of innovation in fashion, where salmon leather is now seen as a luxurious, sustainable alternative to conventional leather. In conclusion, what started as a necessity for the Heje people has evolved into something far greater, an enduring symbol of their resilience and adaptability. Salmon leather jackets, born from centuries of tradition, are not just clothing. They represent a deep connection to the environment and a craft that is both functional and beautiful. As more people become aware of the importance of sustainability in fashion, it's likely that this ancient practice will continue to grow in popularity, not just as a cultural artifact, but as a beacon of innovation and environmental responsibility. So the next time you put on a leather jacket, think about the journey that fish skin might have taken to become the garment you wear today. From the rivers of Northeast China to the cutting-edge fashion runways, salmon leather has come a long way, and it's only just beginning to make its mark.